Or it may be something you always felt, especially as a child, that you could do very well. Children often know their purpose, but as they grow up, the society and education system confuses them. Or, he says, it may be what gives you the most joy. In fact, your purpose cannot be something that does not give you joy and satisfaction. I can't tell you how many people that I know claim a purpose that they think is good for the world that they have absolutely no interest in. No interest in whatsoever. And the universe has given us something to give if we just give it. If we just give it. And it doesn't matter, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about some of the judgment around those things. But if we are just, and he said, honor it. Honor whatever that is within you. Honor that thing that gives you joy. Honor that talent that you have if it gives you joy to give it. Now, several years ago, I became aware of my purpose. Now, one part of my purpose is that I absolutely love exploring spiritual principles. I love it. I can't think of anything I love more. And then I love sharing what it is that I learn and explore. I love that. I love to share that. Okay, so that's part of what my purpose is. But my other purpose is that I absolutely love the experience of opulence. I love opulence. Opulence makes me giddy. It makes me happy. It makes me laugh when I'm in the midst of it to see what somebody has done, where somebody has done that goes outside the lines, what somebody has done that goes over the top. See, I love that. And I think those two concepts fit together in terms of my purpose because my understanding of spiritual principle opens me to the opulence and the unlimited good that's here for me. See, so the more I learn a spiritual principle, the more I realize what's available to me. The more I realize how much good there is, how beautiful life is, and how glad I am to be a part of it and to be able to give whatever it is that I have to give. Now, I got to tell you, what I'm saying right now, there was a time in my life that I couldn't even admit that out loud. I couldn't admit that I loved opulence. See, because it sounded so plastic. It sounded so selfish. See, because we're a society, again, that has taught us to say, no, thank you. No, thank you. I'll just have a little bit. No, thank you. And we walk away and say, I sure did want some of that. We do, though. We do. And so, but then I began to understand the purpose that we all share. And the purpose that we're all here to express is for the delight of God. To express the good that is here for the delight of God, for God to experience everything through its creation. And you know what? We're that creation. We're it. Now, when I began to understand that, when I began to stop judging that, and I began to accept that about me, interestingly enough, I often found myself, and still find myself, in more and more and more opulent situations. Isn't that interesting? See, I dropped the judgment around it. I embraced it. I embrace it. This is who I am. This is what I love. I embrace it. And guess what? The universe just gives me more and more and more and more of it. We just came back from a 2-week cruise, and that was very, very opulent. on a brand new cruise ship, 2 months old. But you know, probably the most opulent thing that took place on this trip took place the day before the cruise. Day before. We had to go into Miami a day early to make sure that we were in time to set sail the next day. And my friend Savina, you all know Savina because she comes to class, but she booked the hotel for the day before the cruise. Now we kind of have a running joke about Savina, so I'm glad she's not here to hear this. But I know you'll all tell her. But we kind of had this running joke about Savina choosing hotels because she doesn't like cookie-cutter hotels. She likes things that are very unique. And believe me, she has booked us into some really unique places. I mean, really unique. You know, where you have to sleep with one eye open because you're not sure what's coming, you know, and treating isn't an option before going to bed. It's a necessity. Oh, Lordy, 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 if I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. All right, so some of these places are really interesting. So she booked us this time again. We still trusted her to do it. She booked us this time into the DoubleTree in Miami, where the rest of our group was staying. But the interesting thing was that she didn't book us into the section of the hotel with the rest of our group. She booked us into a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, penthouse apartment. And it was absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you just walked in and your mouth just dropped open. It had the full gourmet kitchen. It had the granite countertops in the kitchen and in the bathrooms. It had the stainless steel appliances. And I think this refrigerator was programmed to go to the moon if you just push that button, because it had buttons everywhere. It had a huge living room with huge flat-screen TVs and flat-screen TV in the other 3 bedrooms. It had a huge soaking tub in the bathroom and standalone showers that were huge, a washer-dryer. It had the luxurious beds that you always get at the DoubleTree with the 800 thread count sheets where you just like to rub your leg and your arms against them. It was wonderful, wonderful. But the most amazing thing about this place was that it had a balcony. And this balcony stretched the whole length of the apartment. And it had a view on the marina with all these yachts right underneath you that opened out into the bay, that opened out into the ocean, where we could actually see our cruise ship coming in to port. It was amazing. It was beautiful. And it wasn't wasted on me, because I was feeling every part of it. See, and the next day we literally had to pry my sister out of this place. We were going on a 2-week cruise, and we couldn't get her to leave the hotel. It was that good. Okay, but I appreciated it, because in my life, it's me o'clock. See, I could be open to that. Now, many people might say, you know, Dar, I don't get your purpose. I don't get what you're talking about. I don't get why opulence should be your purpose. But you know what? You don't have to. You don't have to get it. You have to get your purpose. See, and nobody has to understand it. Nobody has to understand what makes you feel alive other than you. And you have to feel it, and you have to give it. So I tell the universe, indulge me, pamper me, coddle me, spoil me, because it's me o'clock. It's me o'clock.